Hello, and welcome to Spirit Touch Lessons in the Sanctuary. Let's talk about what it means to ask. Matthew 7:7 tells us if we need something, all we have to do is ask. In another scripture, Jesus tells us we have not because we ask not. We can ask him anything because he is the answer to all our questions. Jeremiah 33:3. Science is not, nor does it have the answer. Neither does secular knowledge. That takes his wisdom shining through us to get his perspective. Exodus 5:1. God told Moses what to say to Pharaoh. Yes, God knows what we need before we ask, but he wants us to ask. Why? Because it shows we trust him. Yes, he does tailor his answers to our specific circumstances. Ask with a trusting, believing heart. Be specific with what you need. How? For example, a church I once belonged to had a weekly food ministry. It got to the point where we needed a truck. We needed one that was used, but it had to be refrigerated. It needed a booster step into the cab and another in to the back for loading and unloading, and an air conditioned cab. So the whole congregation began to pray. Exactly 2 weeks later, when we arrived at church, there was a truck in the parking lot. Yes, it was exactly what we had prayed for, and even had the logo of our food ministry on the side. Best of all, it was a gift to the church. You should have heard the praise that went on that morning. A few years later, we needed a bigger warehouse closer to the church. Yes, getting specific worked again. The only difference is that it wasn't free. We did that ministry for almost 18 years, and God blessed that church far beyond anything we could ever think or dream about asking for. God is always right there, ready, willing, and able to help. He's just waiting for us to ask. All we really need to do is stop trying to do it by ourselves. But bite the bullet and ask. That's not always easy. Just go to him first. Know this, doubts are not the same as questions. Questions can take us to a deeper faith. Even when it's darkest outside, there are still points of light in the sky. God called them stars. He gave a number and a name to every one of them. Check out the little book Miracle at the Higher Ground Cafe by Max Lucado. It's where I got the idea for this lesson. It's a cute story with an interesting premise that packs a powerful punch. Psalms 145:18. Asking takes us to higher ground and into his presence. Not only does God know what we need, he knows what's best for us, and that's what he sends. So even if you don't understand the answer, don't question it. Accept it and thank him for it. Oh, wow, what a thought. Our prayers in endure for eternity. Some of our answers can be found in the Word. The only time we fail is when we give up. Heaven never gives up, and neither should we. Here's something to give serious thought to. We just celebrated Easter. The day Jesus died on the cross was the darkest day ever. It was the loneliest day in history. It was the last moment of true abandonment. Mark 15:34. From then on, abandonment has been nothing more than a myth. Loneliness is a choice. Because of that awful day on the cross, there's no divider, there's no veil between us and God's love. Mark 15:38. That cross is empty. That tomb is empty. It's the light of his redeeming love shining down on us that outshines the darkness. That's why we are not alone. We have not been, nor will we be abandoned. That cross is our guarantee. It's why help comes when and sometimes before we need it. The truth and love emanating from that cross can erase the sting of the past. It's also why we are heaven bound. It tells us nothing is beyond the grace of our God. No person or situation is too lost for him to redeem. What we think is impossible, he turns into an incredible victory. Our God is unstoppable. Our small steps of faith can and do bring miracles. That's what gives us hope. So don't let anything stop you from asking. Now go and do James 1:5, knowing the truth of Psalm 84:11. You may send your prayer requests and thoughts on these lessons to heanswerstwo@gmail.com. And by the way, if you have children that you know need to hear these lessons, they are for children as well as for their parents and their grandparents.